So, hello everyone, welcome back to another part of the series for question analysis of the IHBB. And today we'll have a question about the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So here's the question. This organization implemented COINTEPRO to spy on suspected communists and used the program to harass Martin Luther King. Helen Gandhi served as secretary to one leader of this organization and burned his personal file after his death. The arrests of Machine Gun Kelly and Public Enemy #1 John Dillinger were coordinated by this organization. And J. Edgar Hoover was the first director of, for 10 points, what American federal law enforcement agency? So we'll just go through some of the details and clues that are provided in the question and talk about what they mean and how you can use them to answer the question. So the first clue that you're provided is the COINTEPRO program. So this is an abbreviated form of counterintelligence program, which was established from 1956 to 1971, and it was a series of covert and illegal projects conducted by the FBI aimed at surveilling, infiltrating, and disrupting domestic American political organizations. And some of these targets the FBI deemed subversive, including the Communist Party, Black Power movements, feminist movements, as well as the KKK and other anti-war groups as well. Following that, the question tells you that they harassed Martin Luther King with a COINTEPRO program. So as we know, Martin Luther King was part of the Black Power movement. So they also kept track of other civil rights movements, the Nation of Islam, and the Black Panther Party. All of them were under surveillance through the COINTEPRO program. So next, we're provided the clue of Helen Gandhi, and she was the longtime secretary to the first director, J. Edgar Hoover, who called her indispensable. So in the role for 54 years, she exercised great behind-the-scenes influence on Hoover and the workings of the Bureau. And after Hoover's death, she spent weeks destroying his quote-unquote personal file, where there was the most incriminating material he used to manipulate and control the powerful figures in Washington. And finally, we're given the clues about Machine Gun Kelly and Public Enemy #1 John Dillinger. So these were two gangsters. Machine Gun Kelly was an American gangster from Memphis, active during the Prohibition era, and he was most famous for kidnapping an oil tycoon by the name of Charles Urschel. And John Dillinger was an American gangster during the Great Depression, and he led a group known as the Dillinger Gang and was accused of robbing 24 banks and 4 police stations. And all of them were captured through FBI's programs. And the final clue that we're given is that J. Edgar Hoover was the first director, and he is obviously the first director of the FBI. He was very, very important to the creation and importance of the FBI, but he also remains a very contentious and controversial figure. So combining all of these facts, you should be able to get to the clue of the Federal Bureau of Investigation for this question. And I'll see all of you next time.